overwhelmed with tactics. It's easy to get confused about branding. What do I do now? The newspaper guy phoned me and he wants me to place an ad. The radio wants me to put ads on the radio. I need brochures. The first question we're going to ask is, what are you trying to achieve? Because if you're trying to get in front of everyone coming down Gardeners Road into town in the morning, you don't need brochures, you want to be on that digital billboard. So what are you trying to achieve is going to answer the why of where that goes. So essentially one of the problems that our clients have is they just need help cutting through the clutter. It's a really simple thing for us to say, okay, take a step back, take a breath, let's find out what you're trying to achieve and let's achieve that. Another way of asking it, there's a lot of ways of asking the same question. And I hope you can see where this goes. This is just about, you could be selling widgets, or you could be selling accounting, or you could be selling services, or you could be selling products. One of these questions is going to resonate with you the right way and help you to define that why. So none of it has anything to do with money. None of it has anything to do with revenue. It's about affecting change in our clients and the greater vision of why we exist. So that's probably enough questions or directions to find out how to answer this start with why question. You'll find that this process can take hours, it can take days, it can take months, and it can take years if you let it. We like to say take imperfect action. It will never be perfect. Your why will never be complete. It will change, and this time next year it'll be different again. So take imperfect action. Once you've defined what you believe to be a genuine value proposition, run with it. Build that next part of your business on that. It'll evolve. We'll get to another section of this. In fact, I think it might be next. It is next. After you've done all this work on the why, you're about 1/3 of the way there. So if you never get past the why, you don't get to the what and the who. The what and the who are quite simply, what products or services do you bring to market that help you achieve your why, and for whom? And so you need to put the same effort into the what and the who as you do into the why. And as I'm sure you can imagine by now, by the time you get to the who, when you've really defined that who using maybe something like a client avatar, by the time you get to that who, your why has changed. It will alter, because it'll alter to reflect that who. So this is cyclical. It's evolutionary. It's never going to be finished. So take imperfect action. Get it down on paper and say, that's it, I'm done, move on to the next step. So essentially, these exercises are, if they're done properly, they'll affect that why. And as you start really identifying your audience, you'll have better insight into their needs. Again, every client we communicate with has a problem they need solved. If we can correctly identify their needs, we can identify how our what will solve their needs, will solve their problem. Imagine if I know exactly what my client's needs are, exactly what their problem is, and I've taken the time to really define how my what can solve that. Can you picture the sales copy that's writing itself on my website right now? It's effortless because you understand the client and you're bringing true value to that client. So on the value side of things, let's move on to marketing with a purpose. So to make marketing effective, essentially you need to set goals. Those goals have to be based in some reality, for example, bringing value to a client. So the problem that usually makes marketing ineffective is we've got so many pieces, we've got so many tactics, we've got so many bits, and we don't know how they all fit together. It's like starting a 3,000 piece puzzle without a picture of how it's supposed to finish. Marketing without a strategy will never be financially effective. You're just going to keep throwing money at it. You might get some to stick, it'll be nice, you might get some sales. It's never going to be a growable, sustainable, scalable strategy. So if you want to start marketing with a purpose, start with your goals. And how to find your goals, the easiest way, is to say, look at your why, look at your what, and look at your who, and say, what do they want to achieve? What do we want to achieve for them? So for example, you look at your client base and you say, we've got 30% of our clients that are dead in the water. They're not doing anything, they're not profitable. Maybe they're on an old process that we weren't charging enough for. maybe they're on the lowest possible plan and they're just hanging on. So your goal for this marketing campaign might be, I want to eliminate 30% of my client base, the lowest 30%, and I want to replace them with higher value 30% clients. It's a great goal. But it's not a smart goal. So if you started your campaign and said, I want to attract high quality clients, and that's your goal, it's a great start, but you're a little bit short. What you need to do is start with SMART goals, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So, for example, let's say you said, I want to increase my mailing list. It's not a smart goal. It's a good goal. It's not a smart goal. I want to increase my mailing list by 500 subscribers who've expressed an interest in a specific product by the end of June. Well, that we can do. That you can do that, not a problem. And you come to June, you measure that, and you say, was this successful or was it not? What worked, what didn't? Fix it. Step 2, do it again. So you really want to try and identify between 3 and 5 SMART goals for your marketing. You'll never achieve all of them 100%. Or if you do, I've got a job for you. But you've got to have something to aim for. And they need to be achievable, but you don't want to make them so easy. I want to get 3 new subscribers by 2018. Fairly sure I can make that happen. So make them a little difficult, but make them achievable, because otherwise you ruin your own confidence in what you're doing, and then you stop. Never stop. There's always something new. There's always something new to learn. There's always something new to try. Most importantly, there's always something new to fix on what you're doing. These things are never perfect. So the nice thing about defining these goals is that your goals drive your strategy. And so they'll all be assembled into the strategy. You can identify the best tactics and channels. We were talking before about one of the biggest problems that our clients have is, I was talking before about one of the biggest problems that our clients have. Too many tactics, too many things. Who knows where to start? Well, this tells you where to start. If you define these goals and you know, I want to achieve 500 new subscribers, well, you're not running a newspaper ad. You're putting a lead magnet on your website with some lead generation software. It's a much different thing. This defines how you do your marketing. The better you define these goals, the easier the campaign is to construct.